Can you just be quiet, Lily? Ryan snapped, brow furrowed in irritation. His sharp tone cut through the mansion's peaceful air, but Lily only paused before flashing a playful grin. Maybe you'd prefer someone like Michelle. Sure, she's gorgeous, but she wouldn't care if you lived or died. The living room fell into an awkward silence. Ryan's glare deepened, his patience already worn thin. If Grandma hadn't insisted on this, you wouldn't last a day in this mansion, he thought. Grandma Helen, seated nearby with a faded photograph in hand, tilted her head. Lily, are you the girl who saved him from the fire? She asked suddenly. Ryan blinked in confusion, then his eyes widened in shock upon the realization. Few weeks ago, in the executive office at the Parker Group headquarters, the hum of the air conditioner filled the silence as Ryan typed briskly on his laptop. Known in Chicago's corporate world as sharp and merciless toward incompetence, he had no tolerance for frivolity. Understood, Mr. Ryan, the caregiving agency representative said carefully, sitting stiff in the high-backed chair. We'll send someone hard-working, no complaints, with solid experience. Ryan didn't look up. Experience isn't enough. They must follow my system, no excuses. Just do the job. The representative's throat tightened. Yes, sir, if we fail again. Then skip me and call my legal department, Ryan cut in, dismissing them with a curt nod. Back at the Parker mansion, the household staff prepared for the arrival of the new caregiver. Nestled in one of Chicago's wealthiest suburbs, the estate gleamed under the afternoon sun. In the elegant living room, Helen rocked gently in her cushioned chair. Though her frame was frail, her spirit remained lively. The place looked spotless, she praised as staff bustled about. Miss Rose, the longest-serving housekeeper, smiled. Your new caregiver will be here this afternoon, Ma'am. Helen sighed wistfully. I hope this one stays. So many have come and gone, always ending in tears or sudden resignations. It's not easy working for him, Rose admitted, glancing toward the front entrance. Helen chuckled. Ryan's bark is always worse than his bite. Deep down, he's kind just buried under layers of gruffness. Maybe they're just scared when he shouts, Rose countered. Isn't it part of their job to be tough? Helen teased. Honestly, I just want someone who talks, someone who laughs. This house is far too quiet. When Ryan returned home that evening, he strode into the living room. I have a meeting tonight. I can't join you for dinner, he said, without looking up from his phone. You didn't even ask how I'm doing, Helen teased. How are you, Grandma? Still kicking, she said with a laugh. The new caregiver's coming soon. I hope they last longer than the others, Ryan replied. Maybe you're the reason they leave, Helen said, arching a brow. Ryan ignored the jab, settling onto the opposite sofa with his laptop. Helen studied him silently, sensing the unspoken weight he carried, not just from the company, but from years of guarded emotions. Meanwhile, the kitchen was alive with the aroma of a simple dinner and a fresh batch of homemade brownies prepared to welcome the newcomer. The phone rang. Rose answered quickly. Yes, we have prepared the guest room. She turned to Helen. They'll be here in half an hour. Helen smiled. Good, I'm hoping for someone who won't scare easily. In his study, Ryan barely looked up when informed. Fine, I don't care if it's a man, woman, or alien, they should just do the job. The night settled calm over the estate, the mansion's golden lights spilling into the garden. But an unspoken question lingered. Would this caregiver stay or leave like the rest? A black SUV rolled to a stop at the gates. A woman stepped out, long hair in a ponytail, a backpack slung over her shoulder, and a smile undimmed by the chill in the Chicago air. She must be Miss Lily, a gardener remarked. She's got a bright vibe and is very beautiful. Lily waved to the security guard. Hi, I'm Lily, Grandma Helen's new caregiver. I promise I'm not trouble. The guard chuckled and let her in. From behind the curtains, staff peeked, whispering. Inside, Lily's eyes widened. "This looks like a movie set," she murmured. "Are you Lily?" Helen's voice called warmly from her rocking chair. "That's me," Lily beamed. "Caregiver, entertainer, listener, and occasional cook." Helen laughed. "You don't feel like a caregiver, you feel like a friend." Lily adjusted Helen's shawl. "There can't have my favorite people catching a chill." From the staircase, Ryan descended slowly, his expression unreadable. "You're Lily," he stated flatly. "Yes, sir," she replied with a playful salute. "Reporting for duty." "This isn't a comedy club. Keep it down." "Noted, boss," she teased with a wink. "Don't call me boss." "Noted again, Mr. Ryan," Helen chuckled. "Ryan, let her be. She's exactly what we've been missing." Ryan's jaw tightened. "Don't get too comfortable. You're here to work, not entertain." "Copy that, sir. Terms and conditions accepted." As he walked away, Helen leaned toward Lily. "You're the first one not rattled by his grumpiness." "Oh, Grandma Helen," Lily grinned. "I've handled tougher cases." "My brother with the flu was more demanding than royalty." As they bonded, Lily shared snippets of her life. She came from a simple family in rural Illinois, the eldest of 3 siblings, and had worked as a caregiver for years. Her natural talent for lifting spirits was evident, and her sincerity shone through. Each time Helen laughed, Lily pulled out snacks pretzels, gummy bears, and a packet of instant hot cocoa she always carried. "What's this? Emergency mood lifters?" Helen asked. "Exactly. A cure for bad vibes," Lily joked. Their connection deepened, but upstairs, Ryan paused on his way to his office, hearing their laughter. "So noisy," he muttered, but instead of confronting them, he closed his eyes, pushing down his irritation. "She's only been here a few hours. Let's see how long her cheer lasts." From there, Lily's warmth began weaving into the mansion's routine, even if Ryan pretended not to notice. That night, Lily unpacked in the guest room near Helen's. She ran her hand over the crisp linens. "Didn't expect a bed this comfy," she murmured before lying back. Her small alarm clock chimed, reminding her of her nightly ritual. Hands folded over her chest, she whispered, "Thank you, Lord. Help me last here, and maybe keep Mr. Ryan from firing me before the week ends." In the late hours of dawn, the mansion was still and hushed. Lily tiptoed into the kitchen where Rose was setting the breakfast table. "Morning, sunshine," Lily chirped, placing plates with exaggerated flair. "We've got sizzling eggs and coffee brewing." Rose smirked. "You're in a good mood, not worried about the boss?" "I've worked for people with zero sense of humor. He'll survive my singing." "Even the pots don't survive his moods," Rose muttered with a laugh. Ryan appeared in a crisp white shirt and dark slacks, laptop bag over his shoulder. He sat without a word. "Good morning, Mr. Ryan," Lily greeted brightly. No reply, only the sound of his laptop opening. Undeterred, she tried again. "Eggs sunny side up or sunny side down with my joke of the day?" His gaze lifted, cool as ice. "If you can't be quiet while I work, leave the dining area." Rose's hand froze mid-pour. Lily blinked but recovered fast. "Noted. Quiet mode activated," she said, in a mock robotic voice. She was halfway out the door when Ryan added, "And don't be careless." "This isn't a place for mistakes." Lily turned with a steady smile. "If I were careless, I wouldn't be here, right?" He didn't answer, only returned to typing. From the hallway, Helen, who had been watching, whispered to Rose, "Told you this one doesn't scare easy." Later, Lily tended to Helen's knees, chatting as she applied ointment. "Is he always like this?" she asked. "Not always," Helen replied. "Once he was joyful, Then someone broke him and turned him into a cold man. Who hurt him? Helen's voice softened. A woman named Michelle. She left when our business stumbled publicly, cruelly. Since then he's been guarded, angry. Lily placed the medicine bottle down. Maybe that's why I'm here to prove that not everyone leaves. That afternoon, Lily was in the garden watering roses when Ryan appeared. Why are you doing that? It's not your job. I have nothing doing now, so I wanted to help. You have your own duties. Stick to them. She looked him in the eye. I know my duties, Mr. Ryan, but I also know that helping others isn't against the rules. This isn't a stage for your antics, he said coldly. This isn't an act, she said lightly. It's just me. He muttered something that sounded like, so annoying, and walked away. That night, Lily brought Helen chamomile tea. Sorry if I stirred trouble earlier, she said. You didn't, Helen assured her. He just doesn't know how to respond to kindness anymore. Well, I'm not here to judge him. I'm here to care for both of you. The next morning, Helen sat on the patio sipping hot chocolate. You're like those birds, Grandma Free, Lily teased, setting down a basket of blueberry muffins. If I weren't in this chair, I'd dance with them, Helen said, smiling. Their laughter turned thoughtful when Helen said, You remind me of the old Ryan before Michelle. She told Lily about the glamorous woman who had left Ryan for a wealthier man during the company's roughest days. Lily shook her head. That's brutal. Since then, Helen sighed, he trusts no one. But I've seen how he looks at you. Maybe he's just keeping an eye on me so I don't break a vase, Lily said, trying to deflect. But later, while folding laundry, her mind replayed Helen's words. Don't be ridiculous, she told herself. Yet, despite her worry, a warmth stirred in her chest when she pictured Ryan's face, especially his subtle glances she pretended not to notice. Oh, Lily, she muttered, wringing out a towel. Of all the guys, you're falling for the grump. That night, as Lily changed Helen's knee bandage, Ryan came downstairs in a grey t-shirt and pajama pants, a stark contrast to his usual suits. Lily looked up. Wow, Mr. Ryan, rocking the casual look. He didn't react, just sat on the sofa. Helen noticed. Ryan, want peppermint or chamomile tea? Anything, Lily. Get it from the kitchen with some cookies, Helen said. Roger that, Lily replied, saluting. But before she could leave, Ryan spoke. Stop acting like that. You're not my friend. Lily paused, then smiled softly. There's nothing wrong with being kind, Mr. Ryan. I'm not trying to fool you. A brief silence followed. Just don't be so chatty. It's irritating, Ryan said. Lily nodded. Fine, but being quiet doesn't mean I'll stop caring. She headed to the kitchen, leaving Ryan staring after her. Helen watched, smiling. If you stay long enough, Lily, you might just change my grandson's heart. The next morning, Lily woke early, determined to make the day colourful, despite Ryan's grumpiness. In the kitchen, wearing an apron that read, Grandma's favourite, she cooked breakfast for Helen, fried eggs, bacon, and toast, with a side of positivity. Always stay happy, even with a grumpy boss, she sang, dancing with the frying pan. She didn't notice the kitchen door open until Ryan stepped in, wearing a white t-shirt and pants, clearly just woke up and already frowning. What kind of morning is this? He muttered, stepping onto the slightly elevated kitchen floor. Lily turned, slipping on a wet spot. Oh! She yelped, but Ryan caught her arm, preventing a fall, her body pressed against his, her hand accidentally landing on his chest. Lily closed her eyes in embarrassment, and Ryan's eyes widened as they froze in the awkward moment. The floor was slippery, Lily mumbled, stepping back and adjusting her apron. I didn't mean to thank you. Sorry. Ryan regained his composure, though a faint blush crossed his face. "Don't dance while holding hot stuff. It's dangerous," he said, his tone softer than usual. "Noted," Lily replied, hiding behind the pan. "Got carried away by the vibe." Ryan left the kitchen, avoiding his own reaction. Minutes later, Helen arrived, assisted by a staff member. "What's that smell? Feels like a diner," she said. Lily approached with a tray. "Good morning, Grandma. Special breakfast fried eggs, bacon, and toast with a maple glaze." "Fancy," Helen laughed. "Glazed bacon, huh?" Lily nodded. "For my favorite patient. Bonus if Mr. Ryan smiles while eating." Helen grinned. "Something happened in the kitchen, didn't it?" "Just an accident, Grandma," Lily whispered, blushing. On the patio, Ryan sipped coffee, lost in thought about the kitchen incident, Lily's fall, her scent, the unexpected touch. "Why am I affected?" he muttered. Seeing Lily pass by with cleaning rags, he called out, "Stop dancing, it's dangerous." His tone was more a reminder than a scolding. "Copy that," Lily said softly. "Won't happen again." In the living room, as Helen watched the news, she noticed Lily's quieter demeanor. No jokes, no teasing, just wiping the table. "What's wrong with you?" Helen asked. "Just a bit embarrassed from earlier," Lily admitted. "Because of Ryan?" Lily nodded like a child. "Don't take it to heart," Helen said. "In all my years with him, I've never seen him blush like that." Lily laughed. "He blushed? I thought it was just me." "The universe surprised you both," Helen said, chuckling. "It's telling you you're not ordinary to him." Later, they played bingo in the living room with the staff, laughing loudly. Ryan watched from upstairs, holding a document he hadn't read. Lily's laughter and Helen's joy brought light to the once gloomy mansion. "Why are you like this?" he whispered, recalling the moment he caught her, how time seemed to stop. One night, Ryan attended a friend's birthday party at a rooftop bar in downtown Chicago. Despite the stunning city lights, a heaviness weighed on him. "Happy birthday, man," he greeted his friend Caleb, who hugged him. "Thought you wouldn't make it," Caleb said, patting his shoulder. "Busy, but I couldn't miss this," Ryan replied, though unease stirred within him. From his spot, he spotted Michelle, elegant in a white dress, chatting closely with Andrew, an old friend. Their intimacy, her smile, their embrace hit Ryan like a punch. He froze, memories flooding back. "Whiskey double," he ordered, his voice cold. 1, 2, 3 shots he lost count, drowning in memories of Michelle's promises and her betrayal at a company event. Why now? He thought, staring at his glass. Women approached, friends of Caleb's, but Ryan barely noticed, lost in his pain. Sitting alone in a corner, the party's laughter felt like an insult. Caleb approached. "You okay?" Ryan stood, thanking Caleb but leaving early. In the elevator, the silence was heavy. At the mansion, the house was dark, except for a hallway light. He stumbled on the stairs, sitting on the floor, wanting solitude. Lily, alert to any noise, heard footsteps and found Ryan on the stairs, disheveled, holding a glass with leftover whiskey. "Mr. Ryan," she called softly. He gave a bitter laugh. "They're so happy, like nothing happened, like I wasn't the one left behind." Lily sat a few steps below him. "Caleb's birthday, right?" Ryan nodded. "Feels like a party for my past ghosts, too." She listened, knowing this wasn't the time to lecture. "You know how much it hurts to see the person who broke you so happy?" Ryan said, staring at his glass. "She didn't just leave, she made me feel worthless." "You saw her?" Lily asked gently. "Michelle, with Andrew, like I didn't give her my whole life." His voice was low, full of grief. Lily pulled a handkerchief from her pajama pocket. "For emergencies," she joked, wiping a tear from his cheek. Ryan didn't move, but her gentle touch softened something in him. Why do you do this? He asked. The kindness, the listening, softening someone like me. Because I know you're not a bad person, Lily said. You're just angry and hurt. Everyone says that, but they leave in the end, Ryan replied. Lily smiled, a pang in her chest. Well, I'm not leaving. Ryan didn't respond, but her words stirred something in him. Come on, Sir Ryan, she said, helping him up. The stairs are slippery. Don't call me sir, he said softly. What then, boss? She teased. He smiled faintly. Just Ryan. Lily paused, then repeated. Ryan. She guided him to his room, their steps close, a quiet warmth between them. Thank you, Ryan whispered. I don't know what you have, but talking to you, even for a minute, makes me breathe easier. They locked eyes, a silent understanding passing between them. Maybe because I see you as a person, not a CEO, Lily said. Ryan nodded, closing his eyes as she left, clutching her tear-soaked handkerchief. Days later, Helen decided to open an old cabinet in her room, filled with memories she'd avoided. Inside were letters, Ryan's school medals, and faded photos. She paused at one, a young boy with a bandaged head, held by a girl with a burn on her arm. Ryan, this is from the fire, she whispered, her heart racing. Downstairs, Lily prepared a snack for Helen apple pie with whipped cream, her favorite. Rose called from upstairs, Lily, Grandma wants you. She has something to show you. Lily entered Helen's room, tray in hand. Look, Grandma, I made your favorite pie. But Helen ignored the tray, handing her the photo. Lily, do you recognize this girl? Lily studied it, confusion turning to shock as memories flooded back the fire. A crying boy, her own burned arm. It can't be, she whispered. This is me. She pulled up her sleeve, revealing an old scar. I got burned saving a boy from a house fire in a Chicago neighborhood when I was a kid. I'd forgotten until now. Helen gasped. That boy is Ryan. You saved my grandson's life. At that moment, Ryan entered, fresh from a site inspection, carrying his laptop bag. What's this? He asked, noticing their stunned faces. Helen beckoned him. Ryan, look at this. He took the photo, his body tensing. The day after the fire, he said. Helen nodded. Did you know she's the girl that saved you? Ryan looked at Lily, pieces falling into place, her care, her scar, her familiar presence. You? He asked. Lily nodded, uneasy. I didn't know until now. The room was silent. Ryan's heart opened a long, closed door. Why didn't you say anything? He asked. I didn't remember until I saw the photo, Lily replied. Helen took their hands. Maybe fate brought you back together because the heavens owe a debt. That night on the patio, Lily brought Ryan a cup of tea. For calming nerves, she said. He took it, but didn't drink. I remember now, he said softly. A girl shouting, pulling me from under a table, saying, Come on, we're getting out. That was your voice. Lily smiled, tears in her eyes. I didn't know I'd find you again. Their eyes met, no words needed. They'd been reunited, not as strangers, but as savior and saved, filling each other's voids. At a private beach resort in Cape Cod, the Parker mansion's troubles seemed distant. Helen, wearing sunglasses and sipping iced tea, sat under an umbrella. I never thought I'd wear a swimsuit again, she laughed. Looking good, Grandma, Lily teased, tying her hair. Despite their banter, Lily carried a heaviness. Ryan stood by a cottage, watching Lily chat with resort staff, including Mike, who offered her a paddleboard lesson. Want to try, Mom? It's easy with a life vest, Mike said. Free? Lily asked. Free plus my laugh if you fall, Mike joked. Lily laughed, agreeing to try. Ryan's jealousy flared. He approached, tension in his stance. Can we talk? He asked Lily, his tone firm. Surprised, she followed him to a quiet part of the beach under a tree's shade. "What's wrong?" she asked. Ryan's eyes burned, not with anger but jealousy. "Why do you smile at them?" he said. "You're the kind of woman any guy could fall for." Lily was speechless. Ryan stepped closer, wrapping her in a gentle, emotional embrace. "Your smiles, your laughs, they should be for me," he whispered. "Jealous, huh?" Lily teased softly. "You're figuring that out now," Ryan replied, his eyes promising more than words. On the drive back, Lily stared out the window, sand in her hand. Ryan broke the silence. "You're quiet." "Just thinking," Lily said. He pulled over near a coastal overlook, stars above. "I can't go home without saying this," Ryan said. "I love you, Lily." Time froze. "It's not Michelle in my heart anymore. I'm not angry at the world because of you." Lily tried to smile, tears welling. "Lucky Michelle," she joked. "It took you years to forget her. We've only known each other weeks." "You don't need years to fall for the right person," Ryan said. "Just someone like you who rebuilds a burned heart." Lily's voice trembled. "I want to say it back, Ryan. I want to shout it, hug you. But there's a promise back home. My dad made a deal with another family. If I don't agree, he could go to jail, lose our land." Ryan turned her to face him. "I won't force you, but I'm ready to fight for you." Tears fell. "I've always been told I'm just a caregiver, not allowed to dream. But hearing you makes me believe I can love." They embraced, no kisses yet, but their eyes and touch spoke volumes. In the quiet town of Illinois, the living room was thick with tension. Ethan sat rigid in his chair, his jaw clenched, while his mother, Mrs. Clara, paced like a storm. "You're disgracing us, Lily!" Clara's voice cracked through the air. "Do you think family honor means nothing? We gave you everything when you had nothing." Lily's fingers twisted in her dress, her eyes shimmering with a mix of pain and defiance. "I haven't forgotten your help, Mrs. Clara. That's why I stayed all these years. But I don't love Ethan." Ethan's face reddened. "My family sacrificed so you could graduate, and this is your gratitude?" "I'm grateful," Lily said, her voice steady. "But I can't lie to myself or to you. I love someone else." Clara stopped pacing, her eyes narrowing into a threat. "And your father? His land is still in our name. One call from me, and he's out on the street and in jail for your debts." The words struck like a blade, freezing Lily in place until the front door swung open. "Try it," a calm voice said. "And I'll buy the land outright. It'll be his again by tomorrow." Ryan stood in the doorway, hands in his pockets, confidence radiating from the way he carried himself. "Ryan," Lily whispered, stunned. He stepped inside, took her trembling hand, and looked Clara in the eye. "I won't let you trap her with some deal she never wanted." Clara bristled. "And who are you to meddle in our family affairs?" "I'm the man who'll fight for her," Ryan said evenly. "Not because I owe her, but because I love her." Ethan scoffed. "Love doesn't put food on the table." "No," Ryan said, "but neither does a loveless marriage. What matters is Lily's happiness." Lily found her voice again. She stepped forward, chin high. "I'm not a debt to be settled. I'm a daughter, a woman with feelings, and I choose my own heart." Clara's hand flew up, ready to strike, but Ryan caught her wrist mid-air. "Don't touch her." Ethan's shoulders sank in defeat. Lily faced them both. "The deal is off. If there's a debt, I'll pay it with the man who truly loves me by my side." Weeks later in Chicago, Lily and Ryan sat by the lake, the sunset casting gold over the rippling water. "Why did you follow me that day?" Lily asked, rolling a pebble between her fingers. "Because I knew you'd never speak your truth without someone pushing you to," Ryan said with a soft smile. Tears welled in her eyes. I thought you'd walk away, that I was too much trouble. He cupped her face, his thumb brushing away a tear. You're worth every fight, Lily. I'll choose you every single day. No conditions, no deals. She leaned into him, her voice barely above a whisper. Thank you for choosing me. The wedding day arrived at a historic Chicago church where Ryan's parents had married. Ryan, in an ivory suit chosen by Helen, was nervous but joyful. Lily walked down the aisle in a simple gown, escorted by her father, Mr. Ted. Guests, including Michelle, who attended out of respect, teared up. The priest spoke. No love is perfect, but when you find someone who loves you despite your flaws, hold on to them. Lily smiled at Ryan. Ryan, do you take Lily as your wife, in hardship and joy? From the start, it's been her, Ryan said. Lily, do you take Ryan as your partner? From now until forever, he's my choice, Lily replied. Their kiss sparked cheers, loudest from Helen. Yes, she shouted. I live to see this. I live to titoncito. At the reception, Ryan whispered to Lily during their dance. Starting tomorrow, I'll make your coffee, but you're still the boss of my heart. Lily laughed, pinching his side. And you'll wash my socks. Deal? Deal, as long as you're who I come home to, Ryan said. Ethan left a note at Lily's family home. I didn't win your heart, but I'm glad you're happy. Forgive me. Helen pulled the couple close. Don't forget to give me great-grandkids. Grandma, too soon? Lily laughed, blushing. Their honeymoon at a Cape Cod villa was magical, filled with laughter and playful challenges. Ryan admitted, I thought no one could love me after Michelle. But you, Lily, you're the peace I've been searching for. Lily touched his cheek. I never thought I'd love again, especially a grumpy guy like you. But you're also the first to defend me and own your mistakes. They sealed it with a long, loving kiss. Months later, Lily's pregnancy test was positive. Ryan hugged her tightly. I thought I'd never have this, he said. At a family gathering, Helen announced, Lily, you brought color back to our lives. Ryan added, my life was work and anger until you, Lily, became my answer. In the garden, as Lily rested on a hammock, Ryan brought juice. Thanks for choosing me, he said, kissing her growing belly. You were always my savior, then and now. The end. This is Mr. Hope. Thank you all for watching.